Right now, I'm 10 for 10. That means 10 of them have signed up and 10 of them are working. This has never happened in my business ever before in 5.5 years. And so I thought, why not share it with you guys? It might not be for everyone, but this is the way that I have been doing it. And I got to tell you, it's very, very exciting. So I did with another leader, I did basically a poll on why new DTs have left. And I messaged 40 of my last DTs and I got response from a lot of them. And they said that they left because they were overwhelmed. And that was the number one excuse, that they left because they were overwhelmed. That was like 90% of the feedback that I got. And so I decided, well, there's so much to this business that we want to tell new people. However, we have to take a step back, because if we give them too much information, it overwhelms them. So, I know this live isn't approved yet on this group, but if anyone gets on and you ask questions, I'll be sure to answer them if I see them. But okay, so I'm going to start off by telling you guys, while I was thinking about it, after all of these people have quit and they were overwhelmed, I thought, what would be the best thing to teach them without giving them too much information? Because when we started, we got so excited, we would message people and they would be like, okay, that's a lot of information. They wouldn't read it and then they would just ignore us, right? So it's the same thing as training. We have to realize that what we give these people, they have to take in and they have to apply it. And if it's too much information, they're going to take it in and they're going to quit. So, hello for the ones that are just getting on. It just got approved by Josh. Thank you, Josh. So again, I was going back. I'll just go back real quick just in case you missed it. But I got some feedback from my last 40 DTs that quit, and 90% of them quit because they were overwhelmed. So I decided I needed to come up with something that would not overwhelm them, that would be very, very, very to the point, basic. Like, you know how Pam and Mike and Mark always say, steps to success, keep it there. That's where you want to stay. It's kind of that in that nature. So I thought, well, when we add them to a team page, they can scroll and scroll and scroll and get overwhelmed very, very fast. And so now what I'm doing is I did a very, very, very short video on YouTube that I can send them. And I'll tell you the steps that it has on that short video. In that short video, I introduce myself and I tell my why and I ask their why. I kind of get real with them, saying, you signed up for a reason. Let's do this. It's very simple, and these are the steps to follow. And in that video, I don't bust out any charts. I don't even show them a Ruby chart. I explain a couple things on their eSuite that they can go over. They can start by going into their eSuite, logging in, going into their settings, maybe uploading a photo, getting their website written down and so forth. And then I teach them the report on how to see if someone enrolled. And then, of course, their live training academy they can go over if they want to. And then their document library. And then I tell them about 2 other websites. And that's my It Works Product Coach. That way they can get all the information that they need from my It Works Product Coach about the products. And then I tell them about events. And I tell them to get to an event in their area. Thank you, Josh. An event in their area. And I tell them from the beginning, like, hey, get to an event in your area, because if you can relate with someone that is there, that is not only going to help you, but it's going to help your entire business. And so I tell them they're not going to be alone. Just find one in the area. And if I were you signing them up, I would go and I would say, hey, what city are you in, if you don't already know? If they say that they're in San Diego, for instance, or let's just do where I am because I know where this is. Okay, if they say they're in Phoenix and you pull up the events and you see a Try It event or a One Team One Mission or green carpet, whatever it might be. Let's say that you see a Try It event in Gilbert, Arizona. I would message them the link. It's coming up. And say, hey, this is an event coming up in your area. I would love for you to come to it. Here's the link. All you got to do is buy a ticket. You can come by yourself. You won't feel alone, I promise. Let me know if you're able to attend. And then what's really nice is we're One Team, One Mission, right? You can contact the host and just say, hey, I have a guest attending. I'm very excited for it. And just give them a heads up because they'll know that you have that guest there, and that would be just awesome, right? Especially if it's a small in-home event. So I basically tell them that, or I tell them myself. So whatever you feel more comfortable with. I think finding it yourself and giving them the link to that Try It event or One Team, One Mission is like the best thing that you can do. I gotta say, probably out of my last 10 DTs that I've enrolled, 3 of them already have tickets to a One Team, One Mission. So that's pretty good, I would say. But out of the 10 of them, all 10 of them are working. All 10 of them are working. This is crazy. This has never happened in my business in 5.5 years. So again, I tell them about the eSuite and I don't go full into detail about everything. And then I tell them about the auto shipment and I say, hey, look, listen, you're about to be very successful with this business. And I'm going to tell you the number one way to get commission qualified and to try these products. So you have the testimonies to tell people. And it's very simple. And I tell them, go on My It Works Product Coach and find a product that you would love to try, or find a couple products that you would love to try. And I tell them about the point value, just a little bit. So again, you don't want to overwhelm them. Just tell them about it and then say, hey, if you run this auto shipment, it automatically commission qualifies you and you're ready for your bonuses. Okay, so that's it for those websites. That's all I teach them for those websites. Now, out of those 90% of people that quit my team, out of those 40 people I contacted, 90% said that they were overwhelmed. And out of those 90%, 72% of them said that another reason why they quit is because they did not want to bother their friends and family for buying stuff. Okay, so I found out a way to do it without bothering their friends and family. So I am not going to add them to any of my team pages right when they sign up anymore. Okay, so don't add them to your team page. Make it a goal for them to get their first 4 customers within 72 hours. If they get their first 4 customers, that is when you should add them into your group. But before you do that, I'm going to go into my steps that I do. So I decided not to add them to any pages to start. So I just send them this new DT training video that I made that's 18 minutes long. Very, very short. And a lot of people say, well, why aren't you busting out the steps to success? Why aren't you busting out the Ruby's chart and so forth? I'm not busting out the Ruby chart because that is going to overwhelm them again. And then the steps to success, I'm going to take them step by step so they learn it from me. So I let them know to watch that video. And then I'll play the video for you guys that I have. And then I'll show you what I do. But I tell them to watch that video and I let them know to tell me when they are finished with that video. I check in with them within 24 hours if I do not hear from them. And most of the time, so I've had out of the 10 people that I'm talking about that this has worked for, that I started, I basically have been saying, hey, Christina, did you get a chance to look at that video? And the only ones that did not get a chance to it are like nurses that have worked like 3 shifts in a row or something like that. So it's been very good checking in with them after that 24 hours. And then once they watch that video, I say, okay, what questions can I ask you from the beginning? Or I'm sorry, what questions can I ask or answer from the beginning? And so they ask their questions, whatever they might have from that video, and I answer them. And before I do that, I say, okay, Christina, I'm super excited that you watched that video, that we got all your questions answered. I want to know, what are you in this business for? Are you in to make $300 extra a month? Or are you in to replace your full-time income? And then once they answer that question, I say, okay, let's get started. And if they answer it, oh, okay, I just need a couple $100 extra a month. I'm going to say, okay, so if you wanted a couple $100 extra a month, this is what you got to do. And then if they say I want a few thousand extra a month to supplement my income, I'm going to say, okay, this is what you have to do. And this is the steps that I take them. So if they're just a couple $100 extra a month, I say, okay, go ahead and put this post up. Don't put anything It Works up on your page. Don't put that you work for It Works. Don't put before and after pictures. This is all I want you to do, is put this post up. It's a very vague post, and they're going to put it on their page, and it's going to say, hey, friends, I am so excited about this new adventure or new gig or new chapter of my life, whatever they want to put on that. It's going to be amazing. Exclamation point, leave a couple spaces. Who wants to help me out? Question mark. Okay. So they post this very vague post again. Hey friends, I'm so excited about this new adventure or this new gig or this new chapter of my life. It's going to be amazing. Who wants to help me out? So people are curious, right? You haven't given them all the details, so they don't got to go sit there and Google It Works and find the first bad review and put your new DT down. Okay. So they aren't asking their friends and family to buy from them at this point. So they're not scared to post this. So they're excited at this point. They're very excited that they have all these people commenting on their post now saying, oh, what's it about? Yeah, I'll help you out, blah, 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 blah. And so when they offer to help them out, whoever offers to help them out, they're going to message them and they're going to do a host to post for them. I typically do product host to post because they need to get their first 4 loyal customers right away, right? So I walk them through conversations and I tell them they do not have to copy and paste, but following this kind of, I guess you could say scripture, is going to make it easier for them. And what works for you could possibly work for them. So yes, they don't have to copy and paste if you don't want them to, but honestly, I got to tell you, if they start building up confidence from you, they're going to start building up confidence for themselves. So I give them a simple host and post that is very vague, and it just says, my friend Christina is looking for 3 people that love coffee and need to lose some weight. Okay, just simple, just a host post just like that, all right? And when they post that, you're going to tell them to stay connected with whoever posts for them so they can message the people that comment on it. And so, then once they have people comment and they do that, you're going to walk them through their conversations for the first 3 days. And it seems like a lot of work, but it's really not, because you might be doing a host to post that would have 10 people comment, 10 people posting for you, and hundreds of people that you have to respond to, but they're just getting started. So typically they have 2 to 3 people each post, and that's going to show that they're excited. They're getting feedback already. When they typically do a post, they're not getting feedback right away, so they get discouraged, right? So they're getting feedback already. So then I go through the conversations with them for the first couple days, and the goal is to help them sign as many customers and distributors as quickly as possible. And while you're doing this, teach them fast cash. Every single person that quit within that 90% that I told you, out of those 40 people, that 90% of them quit because they were overwhelmed, and then they also said that they didn't want to bug their family or friends. They also said they wanted fast cash. So if you teach them how to get fast start bonuses right away, and they see that fast cash and they don't have to wait till the next month, they are going to be all in. If you can teach them how to make $500 within their first couple of weeks, you will not lose them. All right. So out of these 10 people, I've already have Mom, I know my mom's on here. What is Terry Bloom? She's already built for Emerald level, and she is rocking it. And she has gotten these fast start bonuses right away, and she's so excited. She's signing people left and right. And I'm like, hey, you get a distributor, they get 2 customers, you help them get 2 customers, that's $100. Get another distributor, and they do the same thing, that's $100. Teach them how to do that real fast, right? So 2 LCs, then 2 LCs, then DTs, and if they want that $500 in their first week, I mention that fast start bonuses. So if you're getting them started on the host to post right away, and they've already watched your training video in their first 24 hours, they're staying connected with you. And then you get them plugged into an event, like I mentioned before, that also helps them stay connected. So once they've started with the host to post, you begin to show them income producing activities little by little, like adding friends, maybe creating a hundreds list of people that have contacted on the host to post. Maybe, I'm trying to think of little things that, that you could do. Engaging with their audience maybe for 15 minutes, teaching them maybe a power hour. My favorite power hours are 1 hour. And for 15 minutes, I set a timer, and that is when I am adding people. And then my next 15 minutes, I'm setting a timer and I'm messaging people. My next 15 minutes, I'm coming up with posts, host to post, or I'm following up on my host to post. And then my last 15 minutes, I'm interacting with my news feed. That way my stuff bumps up into their stuff. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys the video that I do real quick. But before I do that, I wanted to read the conversation of a new DT to show you guys how I am doing it specifically. Okay, so it goes to... okay, so I sent the training video and it says, "Hey girl, how's it going? Did you have time to watch the training video?" And she says, "Yes, I want to make $500 this week and the bonuses talk to me." And then I tell her, okay, let's post this. And anyone that comments on the post, which is that simple post that says, "Hey friends, I am super excited about my new gig. Is there anyone that can help me out?" All right. And then anyone that comments, I just say, "Hey, Kelly, thanks for reaching out on my post. I'm so excited about the new business adventure I'm on. Would you be willing to help me out by posting on your wall for me and tagging me in the comments?" The comment section of that. So instead of them actually asking their friends and family to buy something, you're just asking them to do a simple post. So I sent her that, and then she says, "Thanks, I believe I can be successful. I want to be successful." And then, whoops, sorry, hold on. That's the wrong one. Hold on. Sorry. And then I say, example of a host to post for the business that they can put up. And then I give them just samples. And then example of host to post for loyal customers, and I give them a couple examples. And then my new DT says, "I'm just excited. It's working. I mean, people are willing to post for me. I can do this. I will be successful. This is so exciting that people are showing interest already." And then I say, "Let me know when people express info and I'll help with those conversations as well. So excited for you." And then she's like, "So people are responding and they're messaging me about this instead of actually commenting. What do I do?" So they're asking stuff. And it's so exciting to see that these new DTs are so excited. Like, I send her more info and I tell her how to respond to them. And she's like, "Okay, this is so exciting." I have never gotten this type of feedback before in my entire 5.5 years, ever. So the video that I did, let me see if I can pull it up on here. I might not be able to pull it up on here because my Wi-Fi is bad. So I'll just tell you exactly what I say. So when I go on this video, I say, "Hey guys, I am Christina Watts, your Ambassador Diamond. I'm super excited to be here today. I'm going to share some information with you that's going to help you get started on this journey. And it's going to be very short and simple. So just right when you sign up, your first step is to log into eSuite. I tell them how to log into eSuite, and then I say, once you get in there, fill out your tax information, and then I tell them about a couple tabs, and then I say, after that, go ahead and post this on your Facebook. Don't post anything else that works, just post this. Hey, Christina, hey friends, I'm super excited about my new gig. Is there anyone willing to help me out? They post that. I tell her, okay, if anyone responds, message me back. And she'll say, okay, these people responded. What do I say to them now? I tell them, hey, I'm not asking you to buy anything for my new business. I would just love for you to help me out by just posting a simple copy and paste post, and I'll send it to you. So she sends them that copy and paste post. They post for it, and then I tell her to send the messages back. And then I describe what a loyal customer is. I tell about the My It Works product coach, the events, and their area. And then I tell them, if you want fast cash with bonuses, like immediately message me and I'm going to show you how to do that, or message the person that signed you up and I'm going to show you how. They're going to show you how to do that. And then I tell them, let's do this. Stay connected with your leader, and that's it. So I'm not overwhelming them with a bunch of post to post on Facebook. I'm not overwhelming them with team pages. I'm not overwhelming them with a bunch of different training. It literally is the steps to success, but it's given to them step by step. So without showing them the steps to success paper. Once they start doing that steps to success a couple times, then you go ahead and bust out the Ruby chart. But make it about them and what they want, and then answer their questions. But don't overwhelm them again. Out of 40 people, 90% of them quit because they were overwhelmed. So I hope this information helps. I know it's kind of scatterbrained because I didn't have it really planned, and I wanted to just go over what I do real quick since my messenger is blowing up from you guys. But I hope this helps, and I hope that you can take something from this and learn from it. All right, talk to you guys all later. Bye, guys.